What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Back with another video, technically on the Super Veloce, but today's video is for my Fireblade. You guys might think this is someone familiar. By the way, I like that helmet. Low-key, I looked when we're riding here and it low-key matches. It looks sick.
This helmet is getting sold today.
Why?
Because I have 4 pistas. I don't need 4.
I have 4 pistas, but they're pistas. You don't sell them. But you have the same one I have, the 75th, right?
Yes.
Which is cooler than this. Yeah. So, you know, I'll give it a pass.
This is getting sold.
The money's going to go there. Okay, if that's the case, that's acceptable. So, there you go. That was a little reveal for you guys. Yeah. So, you might recognize him, Alex. He's the one that bought my Aprilia. Ever since then, he's been a good homie, and, you know, he asked me if this... I have so many people that were inquiring about this just because I mentioned it. It's not even listed for sale officially yet, and everyone's asking about it. He's a serious buyer. As I said, I would like one of my friends to have my bikes because, like I said, that's kind of cool. Some Steve type of stuff. I like for my friends to have some of the bikes that I own because I buy them and I never plan to sell them. I want to keep them in the collection. So, you know, all the mods, everything I do to them is always like the best stuff, and I always take care of them because they're, you know, I want to keep them in my collection. I want to keep them as mint as possible. So when, unfortunately, I have to at some points, you know, I'm forced to sell certain bikes to get some other bikes until one day, hopefully, I move to a bigger garage. Then I don't have to at that point.
Forces you to get a new Honda one day.
Yeah, no. I told the people, if this is official and it's gone, we're getting a new Honda for sure. Okay. And look at that's one of the things I liked about it when I got it. So this is also like one of the first 333. I always look at little details like that, but yeah, so if this is gone and everything is done, we're definitely going to get another Honda at some point. Like, you guys didn't hear me say that about the Rush or even about the Ape. I said we'll get an Ape at some point, but, you know, I didn't specify which Ape. And, you know, possibly now we might be getting, you know,
and you're going to the king of
the Ape. Yeah. So, you know, the big gorilla. But with a Fireblade, I need me another Fireblade. This is, I mean, I've said it a gazillion times every time I ride this thing. It's not only a blast to ride, but it's also one of the most underrated bikes on the market. I think now people are realizing how crazy they are, and that's why they're selling like hotcakes, because they're really hard to find because there's just such amazing bikes for the price. Besides the H2, which is the same price as this technically, that is a bike that is, you want an H2 to have an H2, not necessarily to ride and have fun with it and ride it frequently. This is the bike that you can track, you can have fun with. It looks cool, it sounds cool, it has really sick electronics, which the H2 doesn't have. As a complete package and as an underrated bike, this to me is the number one. That's why I was like, if this goes, I definitely need another one. The thing is that I don't have any other options. Like, what would I sell instead, you know what I mean? Why I'm getting rid of this is because, honestly, like, even though I put a ton of mods in it, in comparison to my other bikes, I haven't put a ton of carbon. That was coming up. Yeah. And I also haven't put like titanium and crazy stuff like that, which that's where you lose the most money on, because those stuff are insanely expensive. And, you know, if it was a full carbon bike, maybe I could have charged like $1,000 or $2 extra. Yeah. You're still losing like $7,000 or so. I absolutely love this bike and I really don't want to sell it, but honestly, having 9 bikes in my garage is too much. A is a good number because, as you saw, he saw it earlier today and he was like, there's a lot of room in here, and I was like, yeah, that's the difference. That one bike makes a huge difference. You can actually walk around, move bikes a lot easier. That means I'll ride more of the bikes that sit in the back. When I had like the 9, the 2, it was really kind of stressful, especially with expensive bikes like that, moving things around so often. When you're like, oh, let me ride the M1000, which is in the back now. I'm like, do I really want to move 2 bikes and then squeeze it through other like really expensive bikes for a little ride? I was like, I'll just ride one of the other ones. That's usually my thought process, but now it's a lot easier. So, you know, that's another reason why I'm going back to 8 for now, you know, until hopefully we move. And that's also because I do want to add a lift in my garage. So it'll be really nice. And also, this is going to fund the next bike as well. So
This worked out. Your ape will be up for sale, possibly.
yeah, so
Your bike is still
that's the sad part. I was hoping you'd keep both, but I understand.
I'm gonna try. We'll keep our fingers.
Yeah, because he bought my Aprilia 1100 factory because he had an 8 before. He had the regular R's before, and then he upgraded to the 1100 factory, and now he's upgrading to potentially the Fireblade. He said he's going to try to keep both, which would be sick
Yeah.
because when I get the new bike and all that, and I have my other homie bought my Rush,
I'll have them all together.
so we'll bring everything together. That would be sick. All right, let's stop yapping for now. Let's start the ride. We're going to do a little ride, and then we're going to go meet up with Steve because he finally got his V4 back. And then, you know, we'll yap probably a little bit more. Maybe we'll ride a little bit more, but for now, let's get this ride going. We'll start we'll start this first because this is definitely louder.
What is it called? The engine warm?
Yeah, yeah.
Down?
Boop, 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 and then it goes down, which is really cool. But yeah, I wasn't sure which one's louder. This is the first time I start them next to each other. I started this, pulled it up, and this started, and this is definitely louder. Even though the decibel meter says that they're pretty much about the same, this is just different. Yeah.
Definitely not quiet.
Definitely not quiet. You want to do the honors? It's the pitch. Like you can tell this is louder, but because of how sharp this sounds, literally like a cammed muscle car. Two masterpieces, and now we have my Super Veloce. If you guys missed the last video, we did a ton of mods. Look how sick that looks. We still need like 2 pieces, the little ring thing and the little silver guy in the back. What else did we do? I feel like we did a lot of stuff. Yeah, the little ring back here. So we got rid of the MV logo in this middle because it doesn't fit in the red, but I have to go with the red. And the smoke tail light. I feel like we did a few things. Oh, we raised her back up, so she should be sitting all prettier now. Oh, and yeah, we added like the pegs too. They're like the shorter MV race pegs. He forgot his gloves, so I'm raw dogging the gloves too, so we can match. A lot of bikes are out because it's been raining and it's nice now. This thing looks and sounds really sick. And yeah, as you guys know, obviously I wasn't planning on selling it for sure. It was a small idea. It was a small maybe. That's why I put these track fans on it, because I really wanted to take it to the track. I feel like this bike would shred on the track. But unfortunately, you know, sometimes we gotta make sacrifices to keep the momentum going up the channel. It's part of the game. If I had unlimited money and unlimited garage space, we would not be selling any of my bikes. When we were first growing the channel, I was buying bikes frequently too. Back then, we were buying bikes that were a lot cheaper, you know what I mean? Like the expensive bikes were about $30,000, sometimes $40,000 for the really special ones like the V4R, or a little over 40 for the V4R, the M1000, but the average kind of like, you know, buying the Aprilia, the 1100 factory was like about 25, you know, stuff like that. Now we're buying vehicles that are a lot more expensive. Therefore, you know, sometimes we gotta make extra sacrifices that we don't want to make to keep getting those crazy bikes. I feel like my Apple Watch is gonna go flying now without a glove. Looking good. Yeah, he asked if he could do a little test ride. Obviously, he's a good homie of mine. He bought my last Aprilia, so I was like, of course, you know. I don't usually let people ride my bikes, but I can make exceptions, especially if he's interested in buying it and he's a friend. Oh my god, when I open up the throttle, this bike sounds so loud. It just looks so sleek. Be behind him with all these rock chips. I was telling him to give us some gas. You know, the bike comes alive higher in the RPM for sure. It looks so sick. I do like the black and red fairings. A lot of you guys are very split decision between them, honestly. When I first changed it, I was like, I miss the OEM, but I also do love the way these look. I'm curious to see his thoughts about it. It looks good from every angle. From the front, it looks sick. From the side, it looks sick. From the rear, the tail looks sick. It has no like bad angles. And the fact that it sounds as good as it does, and also is extremely fast, it's really like hard to say anything bad about it. 869. Huh. Just a little bit, just a little bit. Like I said, this needs to get tuned because air fuel range is all messed up since it has a full exhaust system right now. So, you know, nothing crazy. I'm gonna have to see, this is a little different. When it's called the Rush, I was kind of just, you know, it's a beautiful bike and it's amazing, and I love the Rush, and I've had it for 2 years. But I didn't feel like the need that I need to ride it one last time, you know what I mean? Because I have this and it rides so similar. With the Fireblade, it's so unique and it rides like, you know, its own. Such a special bike that I feel like I need to do one last ride if this is done. And hopefully we're trying to move fast on this. Hopefully within like a week or so. But she's either going to be listed for sale or sold. And then we can go, hopefully, get the new bike for my birthday. So, you know, a little birthday gift for myself, I guess. That's how I justify these expensive purchases. He has a nice working auto blipper, so he doesn't have to blip the throttle like me. A rev match. I feel like between the two bikes, it's probably so loud for everyone that we ride next to, or even like the houses. Both are such obnoxious bikes. Two of some of my loudest in the collection. Yeah, since the Rush is gone. It was the Rush, the Fireblade, and the H2R. Those were my loudest three. This is pretty similar, maybe a little louder than the Rush. So now it's the Fireblade, the Super Veloce, and the H2R. Which, if the Fireblade leaves, that leaves only the Super Veloce and the H2R as my loudest bikes. That way, but I guess. Yeah. If you want to turn it off, yeah. Just forward once. If you want to lock it, you hold it. Let me know. What do you think? The Super Veloce, hey!
Is unbeatable. The SVT is
I cheated, I put it in the sun.
yeah. It's all top end. If you're not at like 12K, it's like it's a VTEC car. Yeah. It's literally first thing I called it. It's VTEC.
Like higher mid-range,
yeah.
top end, yeah.
10, 12 RPM.
That's why I was like, you need to gas it to feel it. He was just like chilling, cruising.
But yeah, no, it's definitely a top end bike. And as soon as you get it in that high RPM,
Yeah, it feels great.
then it pulls like a
Yeah,
bug.
it's a rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But until then, it feels kind of sluggish. And then the throttle is weird from a stock. It has like no power until it has power. It's not. I don't know how to explain it. Like you can be like this from a stock, and it doesn't want to go much, and it's kind of but you gotta give it more. I think it's because it's the low torque. It's the low torque compared to the 8 that.
I mean, I kind of have the same
itself.
situation going on with the V4R, but even exacerbated by the direct clutch, but you get used to it.
Yeah, no, it's just a little different. I think it's lack of torque. So much torque, you can almost let go of that clutch
Well,
and
it's
it
an
pulls
1100.
itself. Huh?
And Troy did say the sprockets, they're really long on these.
Yeah.
But that's how they are stock. He was like, most people go like up in the rear. Yeah, but the thing is, like, I personally don't get adding, like, making it more torquey, because if you're in the right gear and you full pin it, it's still gonna come up.
Yeah.
If it comes up, in my opinion, it doesn't make it, you know what I mean? Like,
You're looking at it from different perspective.
You're trying to
For
hit
me,
250.
I'm trying to have fun.
I'm just, yeah. So that's the same thing I did with the 8.
I like when it's like torquey down low. It's like
I would probably add
it's
2
violent
teeth
to
to
ride.
it. I haven't
to the rear?
enough, but
You're just gonna be fighting wheelies though.
It's just different. It's just preference. Like
Yeah.
I understand both sides of it. There's no right or wrong. It's just like it's more or less like.
Yeah.
This guy likes hitting 250. He wants that crazy high.
It's not even about the top end. You can put the power down like a lot better with this gearing. Is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
I'll do a little pulling first and see if it hits
Yeah.
harder.
And first is gonna come up, so be careful
Yeah.
because wheelies will. And I don't think it has wheelie control, so I don't think it. Like I don't know how good the wheelie control is.
I'm not gonna just full pin it all the way, but I'll
Yeah.
always do it in.
Oh, if you roll into it, yeah, you're fine.
It feels lighter and heavier. So when you're mobbing in
It's
the turn, it feels lighter.
Stable. Oh,
But lighter to lean.
uh-huh.
But at slow speed movement, like trying to whip it, it doesn't
Yeah.
whip like the ape. Which I think is kind of what you said. In a turn, it feels a lot more stable than the ape.
Yeah, for sure.
But at slow speeds, trying to like whip, you know, like you just kind of whip a bike around. The ape feels like it likes to turn. But you said it's a longer wheelbase, right?
Yeah, I think that's the geometry of the bike.
This is like I told you when you called me last night. This is more for like stability in a turn.
Yeah.
It's a track bike.
It's a track
And
bike.
the electronics on it in that first turn that we took were so nice. I've taken
Yeah.
it on the ape, and it likes to dance a little bit without the
Yeah.
electronic when it softens and stiffens. That's really good. But this is also the first electronic suspension I've ridden.
So I was gonna buy a bike. It'd probably be this one.
If you were?
I told you I like this better than the ape.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't for sale at the time. Hopefully, like I said, cross my fingers, and if I can keep both, they'll let me keep both. I'll keep both. At least for a little while. Gotta start flirting with moms more again.
Oh my god, dude.
All right, this
I
is
just want to flirt with someone on TikTok Live.
yeah. This is where we're gonna end the video. He did the ride on the Fireblade. You guys will see in a future video if he's gonna get her or not. Yeah. Regardless, in a couple days, yeah. Let me know pretty much like ASAP because I was planning to take it to Victor so he can list it for sale.
Everything has been.
Yeah, I'll send him a message actually right now today after the camera. I'll be like, hey, I have someone interested. Can you guys do like all the paperwork and stuff like that online so he can pretty much just keep it here because I'm closer to you. So we don't even have to take it to Victor and all that because I have everything for it pretty much.
But better news other than that, I'm back.
And he deals.
It's back.
The V4R is back, finally. Yeah, every time I go to Mali, I'm like, there's Steve's V4R.
Back. It's brand new.
She's finally good. So when we do the HR top speed runs, don't hold it up.
I know, yeah.
Just
Like I was telling Katie, my back was changing colors.
just let the HR do its thing.
Gotta get another run in before. If I do, don't keep the ape. We gotta do another run with you. You said you got.
I'm like down 35 pounds. Yeah,
Yeah, like
we'll
I said,
see.
that's a big
I'll be
difference.
240s this week, so we'll see.
So Ape versus V4R?
Round two.
Okay.
He's fighting wheelies, so I got him round one.
My bike's not really meant for that, the way I have it geared. To be honest, like you'll probably still get it. I'm super down to do it anyways, but
Well, I'm
the way-
up 2 teeth in the rear now, so
this
it's
is 4.
Oh yeah, that's.
So this
I'm
thing
at-
is literally just like a riot to
I'm
ride.
at 43 in the rear.
I think it's like 48 or something.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's like-
Nah, bro, no way.
I think it's something like that.
Nah, 48 is steep. That's like crazy.
because the ape comes 41 stop. So you want to lean it here?
There is no shot that.
It's 43. It's 43.
Oh, so we're the same.
But it's still up 4 from.
Stop.
Yeah, I was gonna say. No. Stock can't be 39. There's no way. Bro, I went to the highest gearing on the H2R and it went down to 41. Most bikes don't go under 41. That's aftermarket.
So what's that?
I think it's the front. The front is a big change. I think the front. Usually people go +1. I think he did -1, which is equivalent to about 3 in the rear.
2.5, 3, yeah.
Yeah, so I think the rear might be stock. I mean, we can look at mine.
Well, the ape was.
Oh no, I changed mine.
Yeah, I got the answers like that. Look at these split. So it's up 1. What was it again? 43.
43.
So 15 front, 42 rear.
Okay, that makes sense because I went 41 rear.
So it's up. So it's up 1 in the front, probably down 1.
In the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up 1 in the rear, down 1 in the front. Then.
So total like is 4. Which would, I was like when you said 48, I was like, brother. Yeah. I got 60. Yeah, literally. Yeah.
Especially now because you're geared higher.
I'm sure. Yeah, it's even more different. That's why I'm like I didn't mind. It was by mistake. Got me like 41 instead of the same ODM 42.
But maybe I'll have to get the super leg wings to sort of hold up his send it. His little tradition.
I know. I was debating it too, low
Guys,
key.
let us know in the comments, dude. Should we both do super leg wings for ours?
I've asked them so many times. It's kind of like the. It's kind of like the fairings on this. It's very 50-50. A lot of people are like, this is so much cleaner and cooler. And some people are like, no, I like the OEM because it's the Honda colors. Same thing with those.
Yeah.
But look at this trio. Fireblade Triple SV, full carbon V4R, and a Super Veloce. Alright, guys. I'm not going to keep this video a little longer, you know. He did his first ride on it, got his experience. with a Fireblade. We'll see if he's going to end up buying it, but regardless, it's going to be posted with Victor very soon, unless he decides to get it before then. I will want to do one last ride with it before it sells, if, you know, everything's confirmed. But, huh?
Me too.
You want to do a last ride too?
Yeah, I love this bike. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's the only option I have. I've spent the least amount of money, you know, when it comes to carbon and all that, titanium.
It's the most stock.
Yeah, it's the most stock.
Ridiculous because it's not stock.
No. Yeah, so... No, I told the people...
There's an extra content in there. Not bad.
Fingers crossed. I told the people that this goes away, then I'm definitely getting another Fireblade in the future.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because
White, right?
Huh?
White one though.
I don't really know. It's not big on the colors. I think that all the colors look good to me. I would mainly want to get another Fireblade and maybe make it my track bike.
There's the carbon one too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I was thinking if I do the carbon one, then I'm not making that track bike.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess up the OEMs. But yeah, all right. There you guys have it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Drop a like, subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye. Ride safe.